We've got the wine lady in the house, and Brittany.
Me or Jen?
Both.
Now, it's great to be able to showcase such an innovative business, and on top of it, makes everybody happy. It's the Vino
or cry sometimes.
Depends on how long you stay around. The Vino Mobile Bar. We welcome Jenn Kampmeier, founder of Vino Mobile Bar, to our lovely studio.
Also,
how are you doing?
My new best friend.
Yep.
Hello. Thank you.
We're actually really old friends of yours. You were here back at our open house back in October of 2016, and so welcome back.
Thank you.
You're more than
Thanks for
welcome.
having me.
You are more than welcome. Now, what you do is pretty self-explanatory. You bring wine to people.
I do.
In an awesome bus.
Yeah. So I like to drink wine, and I'm a mom, and then sometimes for some people it goes hand in hand. It does for me anyways.
It's much more medicinal at that
It
point
helps
in time.
parenting, let me tell you what. I have a 12-and-a-half-year-old. So
Girl or boy?
boy.
Well,
Yes, boy.
You could have a girl.
So with that being said, I just had this idea, actually, while drinking in adult beverages.
That's what the best ideas come from.
It does, with a friend. And it was like, hey, why don't we start a margarita? I was like, not really my kind of cup of tea. But, however, wine is. So I drove myself, my dad and I went over to Whitestown to the bus, little area over there where you can buy old buses. And we drove away with a short bus. And we rehabbed it, my husband and I did. And now it is called Vinny.
There you go.
Vinny, because, who doesn't,
I think we have yep, there he is.
there is, there's Vinny.
There's
yes.
God,
Vinny.
he's beautiful. Look at him.
The mobile bar.
So we completely gutted it, and we put in a serving window. It's kind of like a food truck, but a little bit better, if you ask me.
I completely agree.
We would concur. We had a great time whenever you came here. And you have, it's a mobile liquor license, right?
Yeah, so we are operating the state
Is
of
this legal?
Shh, don't tell anybody.
Wait, cat's out of the bag.
Time out. Yes, the ATC knows about me.
Okay. I would never report you, though. Don't worry.
No, nobody wants to. People want me to drive around their neighborhood. I'm like, only if I could.
Oh my gosh, just like the ice cream trucks.
Oh my gosh.
But only better.
Oh, we would absolutely run out with $5 in hand to buy.
Right. So what the theme song that everybody says is Red, Red Wine.
UB40. That's a great song.
Yes. And it was amazing because I put it on Facebook one day. What wine songs? And I was like,
Oh,
I didn't even know what half these even were. And I'm like, well, there you go. We've got music now. So we roll into parties literally, and can pour beer and wine.
Cool.
That's all we do. But so there's a little picture of Vinny there with his little side window, and that's at night. That was downtown at an event that we had. So that was at Military Park. So again, anywhere in the state of Indiana, that's the beauty of it. Private houses, middle of a cul-de-sac. You name it.
My apartment unit.
Buy her apartment.
It makes a block party so much more fun.
It does. Yeah. We like to partner up with food trucks,
Yeah.
Bounce houses for the kids to go bouncing, and mom and dad are sitting there drinking their wine and beer. It's all good.
So my first question is, why aren't you here all the time? And my second question is, can you tell us about being a female business owner here in Indy? What's your experience been?
So I actually started my first company when I was 7. So I've been doing this for a couple days. And greater part of lived in Indiana about 17 years of my life. So I will tell you what, in the past 5 to 6 years, our state has fully been embracing and supporting female business owners, and I'm absolutely loving it. There's more grants out there. There's more help. There's more networking for women. You're not afraid to go to a networking and have to stand in the back anymore because they're more women-led now. So I'm really enjoying that part of it. And it's all different facets of life. It's some people like myself who came out of corporate and said, hey, corporate wasn't for me. What do I want to be when I grow up? And you just kind of find your niche and you go with it there, and they're embracing. So it's amazing.
Good.
And the Indiana laws for adult beverages have been expanded and embraced, and now we've got blue laws are bygones now, right? We're still in the process.
We're hoping we're getting there.
Oh my gosh!
One of these days. We do have very antiquated liquor laws here. We absolutely do. But if you talk to the right people and nudge the right people, things can be done. So,
Because we were talking about how great it was in Wisconsin just before this segment.
yes, yeah, in Wisconsin, you can belly up to the bar as long as you're with your parents. So there you go, whatever age.
Oh,
Isn't that the best thing you've ever heard in your life?
I don't know. I've got 4 kids, and that would be scary.
Yes,
But what a great time.
they would sleep till noon.
And
Just saying.
they wouldn't be sick. It's healthy. That's right.
So it's all medicinal. As you have a medicinal wine truck that
You're
comes
really a
up.
traveling doctor of sorts, aren't you?
So what's it like having the first wine started? Because this is the case. This is the first wine truck for Indiana, correct?
Well, the United States, there's only one other wine truck, and that's in the California area. Yeah,
For the United States.
correct.
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
Now there's some in UK and there's some in other countries, but for majority in UK, because I mean, seriously, I mean, who would not want to live there too? But it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But no, it's still a little bit overwhelming because we do have the wine truck and we're booked solid, which is a fantastic because the community has just embraced us and said, hey, one, I'm a female entrepreneur.
Yep.
2, I'm local.
Yep.
And 3, they're like, hey, keep it local. And I'm like, yeah. But every single week we probably get me, myself, and I, we.
You're talking about yourself in third person.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
She's very important, okay?
It sounds more professional in email. Just saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's a good business tip. When in doubt, just say we when you really mean
Exactly.
So which we are we talking to now?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So we get, constantly like, hey, I'm from New York or hey, I'm from Connecticut. We want to start our own. And while I would love to reach out and say, hey, here's what you do, every state is so different because every law is different. So yes, you can go out by all means and get a bus and gut it, but you've got to figure out your own liquor laws there and how you're going to do it, where you can pour, what time you can pour. I mean, it's even so particular in certain townships here, you have to have special permits. So we really have to do our research when someone says, hey, I want you to come to Avon or I want you to come to Whitestown or whatever. That's fine, but where are you located and what do we need to be able to be there on site to legally pour for you? So there's a lot more than just rolling up with the wine truck and opening up the doors.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your specific services? Because this can all be rented.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's incredible.
Yeah, so we do any type of from A to Z type of parties. So if you've got a wedding, we're really big into this year into the weddings, the barn weddings, because they just don't want to deal with the permits and the license and all of that.
And barn weddings are just the
Oh my
most
gosh, they're
fun
so
ever.
cool. They are, yeah. So everything from weddings, bat mitzvahs, baptisms. We've even done divorce parties. So
That's a thing.
To that.
That's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard of? Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Even more so.
You mean wine, not
Why
Oh,
not?
wow.
That's a good one.
I've
Cheers
been
on that
drinking.
one.
That's almost dad joke.
Can you tell I've been drinking?
What is in that little cuppy poo over
I
there?
put a little bit of Chardonnay in this from the refrigerator.
So we really decide on, if it's going to be a birthday party, we need to know how many people, beer and wine. We typically like to roll out with 2 whites and 2 reds. We do live in Indiana, so it is a sweeter state with our wine. So we have our Moscato drinkers here.
That's me.
There you go. It's okay. We still love you.
Thank you. I'm still a person. I still matter.
We still
They're
love you.
odd, but yeah, they're around.
Yep. Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and a Cabernet are pretty much staples on us. And then what we found last year was Yingling Light. Holy Toledo. We
Yeah.
could not keep that on the bus enough. And then also craft, because we like to support our craft, local people as well, too.
So you have some really good craft beers and you kind of rotate some of the craft beers. So name some of the beers that you cover.
Well, and not only that, but you, as the event sponsor, can tell me, hey, I want to roll in
Sure.
here. Because as your event, we had 2 domestic and 2 craft for you, and you're like, this is what we want. So we do Taxman, we do Beer Works, we do Sun King. Of course, everybody loves Sun King. Sure. So any varietal, we can, and we work with Monarch, that's our distributor, and also
cool.
Rhodes. So we've got 2 that we work with.
Do you know Garden Party Botanical Hard Soda?
But
You
we
should work with them.
can't serve that
Because it's
because it's got some alcohol stuff in it. We can only do the beer and the wine. So
Oh, maybe one day.
maybe one
come
day.
on, Blue Laws, figure this thing out.
It's one of those situations that
Indiana has to
we
rain
just
on
roll with it.
everything.
But we did something really cool last summer. We did the wine cans. The wine cans. So they're cans of wine. You open them up, and then we had custom straws made for them, so the women didn't get their lipstick on the cans because you got to be thinking
we're
about
ladies.
Because we're ladies, exactly. So you walk around with the custom straw in your wine can, and it was perfect.
A wine can?
A wine can, yeah. We had like 6 different varieties of them, yeah. Pink fuzzy something and white something, and yeah. But They had the most interesting names. They really, truly did.
So it wasn't really called a pink something or a fuzzy white something.
Yeah, it was called like fuzzy something. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So
On that note.
getting back to the business, it's fantastic, and you certainly found a niche. Now, how are you going to scale?
So our goal was to run it we're at about close to 2 years. So May. Let's just go through this in my mind.
Pick any of them.
Pick them up.
There you have it. A lot going on up here. So May 28th is when we rolled out in 2016. And so our goal was to run it for 2 years because honestly, we didn't know what we didn't know.
Yeah.
And we've grown scalable by 20% each year. And that was our growth. So the next is, to get another truck, potentially maybe even franchise this out. Other states, not for sure. Right now we're talking to a franchise attorney, but I think it's logistically, it's just going to be too craziness. So yeah, just grow it, maybe have 4 or 5.
There you go.
And just let these little trucks run around, and the next one's going to be Vito. So we'll have a Vinny and Vito.
I love it.
Yeah.
You should have like a girl, and it could be Violet.
Well, Viana is somebody. I think
Okay,
Viana is, that'll be the third one. So
Good.
I love it. And we're going to look forward to that because everybody needs a wine truck.
they do.
They
Absolutely.
really do.
Every neighborhood should have their own wine
Well,
truck.
in summer concerts too. I mean, we do a lot of the Saxony. We do the West Clay concerts. We do, that's the beauty of it. They don't have to worry about having, people walk in with their coolers and stuff because of glass containers and whatnot too.
Yep.
We self-contain all that for them.
What are some of the business challenges you've uncovered in your almost 2 years?
Well, at first, people really didn't know what we did. They're like, oh, it's a wine truck. Oh, we can get on the bus and you can drive us around and we can get drunk on the bus and then we can get off. And I'm like, no, that's not really what it was. So the other thing is it's the experience. So when you walk up to Vinny, it's an experience. It's kind of like getting that blue Tiffany box.
Yeah.
And you open it up and you're like, oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. It's the experience of touching it and seeing it. It's the experience of walking up to Vinny and going, I'm in front of a wine truck.
Right.
And I'm going to drink a glass of wine.
And you got a really cool atmosphere on that truck because you get it lit up. It's almost ethereal.
Heavenly.
Yeah. Well, it just reminds. I mean, you got some great touches there of just the atmosphere, and I think it brings some stools around as well. You can sit right next to the bar.
Yes, yep.
And it's well done.
It's got a woman's touch for sure.
Yeah.
It does. I like the colors. We use steel and the teal colors to pull out of it to give it a little homey, but still vintage style to it as well.
I love it.
Yeah. So on the business side, you started your first company at age 7. Now it wasn't the mobile bar at that point in time.
That would be very advanced.
That would be. And kind of scary for a 7-year-old.
For my parents, yes, definitely. So it was a
Spike lemonade.
close gumball route. A gumball route, and I was, in grade school, and my best friend's dad was selling it, and so I came home and said, "Hey, Dad," who my parents have been entrepreneurs all of my life.
Oh, cool.
So it kind of just, bled into who I was going to be growing up. And Dad's like, "Okay, fine." So we went down, we looked at the numbers, and literally went down to this little bank in Lena, Illinois, of all of like 1,200 people, and sat across from the banker and he wrote me a loan at the age of like 7, and I was like, okay, here we go. So and off we were going. Yeah, and then
incredible.
Yeah, and then life gets busy when we were in sports, so we ended up selling. Of course, my sister had to get into it. First, it was going to be J Enterprises and had to be J and S Enterprises because my sister Stephanie.
Because sisters do that.
They do, and you're like, okay, fine. So then I just had the entrepreneur bug and just kept going from there.
Any advice for entrepreneurs or want to be entrepreneurs?
I may get some bad memes off this one, but not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. It just really you're not.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm just going to state it
You
because
may not be wired for it.
right, you may think that you've got the best idea out there, but research it, because just because it's a great idea here, for example, when I had the Indy Baby Expo and wanted to move that out to the other states, I had to completely rebrand it because guess what? Indy Baby Expo makes 0 sense in Chicago. So we had to rebrand. So things that you think about when you're doing it. But if you are going to start a business, I really highly recommend researching it. Research the name, research the logo, research do they have any lawsuits against them in any other states with your business name? I mean, just the little things that you don't think about that will put you backwards before you even go forwards.
So a focus on the operations side of things, it sounds like. Not just the ideas, but the actual execution of things.
Yeah, and give it some time. I mean, it doesn't Gary Vee, I love Gary Vee. And that's who I listen to podcasts all the time
Huge.
about him.
Yep.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's what you really have to have. We knew the wine truck was going to take off. We knew it was going to be misunderstood by some people, but then we were going to have to educate, but then some people who will just get it. So we're now, going into 2 years of this now, and our growth is going 20% at a year. We're happy with that. We're okay. We don't need to be booked every single day. We just can't be booked every single day.
Yes, you can.
And my Vinny girls.
Yes, you can, and you will.
And my Vinny girls, because we've got 3 amazing women.
Yes, tell us about your Vinny
Oh my
girls.
gosh, I love my Vinny girls. So here's the funny thing about my Vinny girls. They are actually all have been or currently one of my son's teachers at Orchard School. He goes to
You
Orchard.
have a Zane?
I have a Zane.
I have a Zane too.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Did you name your after the author Zane Grey? That's
Well, not entirely.
Okay.
Actually, we named him after the Gaelic version of John.
Okay.
Which is Zane.
there you go.
But we had Zane Grey all over the place because my dad's Texan.
There you
so
go.
it was a twofer.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
We're
When
good on
worlds collide.
We're twinsing on that one there.
Zanes are awesome.
They are. So as part of that, I needed to find people who trust because we are cash operating business. And so they are amazing, fantastic, bubbly, spirited women who work the bus. And 2 of them drive it. We won't let one drive it.
Well, everyone has
We
their
love her, but
limitations.
we will not let her drive the bus. I want Vinny to come home
Oh my lord,
in one piece.
in one piece.
that's funny.
One remaining question for me, and that is, what is your favorite kind of wine, and when are we going to go drink together?
We can drink anytime because if you're going to drink all day, the earlier you start, the better.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Challenge accepted.
accepted. This is awesome.
I wanted to reply to you, duh, but that didn't seem polite.
Love it. Really, it's seasonal for me. So we're going into summer, so I'm going to choose a crisp, buttery Chardonnay. And then when I'm going into the fall, I'm going to choose a Pinot Noir. And then over the winter, it's definitely a full blend cab.
Do you like wine?
I love wine. Yeah.
What do you drink?
Shiraz.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
What's
that's
that?
a heavy.
It's a heavy. It's a blend of.
Is that a man's wine?
Yes, it is.
It's spicier. It's got a kick to it.
It's not as dry as a Cabernet, but it's a kind of a blend of Cabernet and what's the other grape? It's not Pinot. It's maybe it is. Anyway, it's a deep wine. It's a rich wine.
And a Malbec is very close to that one,
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
So you probably like that as well.
Oh, I don't like Malbec.
Yeah.
That's a full-bodied one for sure.
That's
All the tannin in the Cabernet is giving me a headache, but that's kind of middle. The
Well, you
Shiraz
have to
is
drink something else first, and then by the time you get
usually it's bourbon, and then I go straight into wine. See?
And just take some, follow it up with Tylenol and go to bed, and you'll be just fine.
that's exactly right.
circle back around to
that is
bourbon.
exactly correct. I love it.
So, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're
Thank
certainly
you.
going to have you come back out. We got to figure out when our next event is. And
Maybe when the weather gets nice.
it won't.
So July.
See you in 4 years.
Well, for our audience and our watchers, you'll certainly want to go check out the website, vinomobilebar.com. There on the screen, and check them out at facebook.com/Vino Mobile Bar, Twitter, Vino Mobile Bar, and Instagram, Vino Mobile Bar. All the checks. Very, very good.
Good job.
Awesome. Thank
Excellent.
you.
You're more than welcome. And can you give an idea for anybody who's interested in hiring and renting the truck about what's the range there from an event?
If you're thinking of doing an event, 20 people is like the lowest that we were going to go for an event.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we'll go up to, we do concerts. So give us a call.
Wow.
Everything is customized because you get to pick the type of wines and beers that you want. So
Yeah,
That's
good.
so smart.
Yeah.
Instead of forcing things that I don't want on me. and
no,
won't
because I don't
drink it.
I don't follow the rules. I outside the
Except
square.
for
except
the
for the ATC.
Except for
I
laws.
do. I
Exactly.
do
Laws,
that. Yes.
she does follow. Rules, she doesn't.
Well, it's so fantastic to have you, and congrats, and thanks for representing. You're more than welcome. Thanks for representing women entrepreneurs as well as just innovators in Indiana and Indianapolis, because we need more demonstration of people that are wanting to cut a new jib, so to speak. They want to get out there and find your niche and go after it. But you're absolutely honestly saying some people aren't cut for it. So
Sorry about you.
Sorry about you. If that's the case, then go ahead and call Jen up, and she'll bring you wine.
There we go. And we can talk about it. Therapy 101.
She'll set you on the right path.
Vino Therapy Mobile Bar. There we go. All right.
Ooh. Wow.
I'm saying. Well, thank you so much for joining us and listening to us. Hey, if you like what you listen to, go ahead and rate us online. Give us some reviews, because we'll only know from you if you actually say something. And if you're... I don't know.
Well said. We'll
Well
only know you're there if you say something.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, join us on all the all the different socials. Stop it. All the socials, and let us know who you want us to talk to, because you know what? We want to talk to you regularly and all the friends. How about that?
Well done. All the Facebooks, all the friends.
All the socials, and share often. So it's all right. I'm done. Edge of Indy. Check us out next week. See you later.
Bye.
Choose local and choose local often. Bye-bye.